If you clicked on this video, you're curious about what kind of side hustles that you can use to make some extra money in 2021. I'm honestly struggling to figure out why people are still calling this side hustles, to be honest, because nowadays with this pandemic that's going on, these side hustles are really becoming the full-time hustles. But regardless, we're going to talk about 10, yes, 10 side hustles that you can use to make some extra money. And if you want to, many of these side hustles can be upgraded to full-time just in case you need to make some full-time income. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Hello everyone, this is Elijah from Financial Anatomy, the place where you can take control of your financial destiny. Here on this channel we talk about side hustles. I might as well just cut the side out and call it hustles. Ways of making money online and personal finance so that you can be equipped to be financially successful. And in this video, we're going to be talking about 10 hustles that you can use to make more money in the year of 2021. Now, most of these I've done personally myself, so I'm going to give a few nuggets, if you will. And the few that I have not done, I do know someone that's crushing it with this hustle, so I'll share some commentary based on what I see them doing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it with the first one. So what does Spider-Man do as a side hustle? He's a web designer. Of course, lucky for you, that doesn't have to be exclusive to Spider-Man. Obviously you won't be slinging webs like this, but you can still be a website designer. Nowadays, there are plenty of free softwares that people can use to design websites with, and even the ones that are paid don't really cost that much amount of money. It usually costs between $5 to $30 per month. But the rise of people that are needing websites has been steadily going up since this pandemic started. People are stuck at home and they decided they want to start that stay-at-home business they've been postponing for a number of years. Even people who aren't necessarily looking to start a business need websites because they have some kind of passion or hobby that they want to get started and they need a website for it. A good example of this is, for me personally, would be the Veggie Outers website. This website isn't meant to make me any money. It was just a hobby that I was doing to encourage more meetups in my local area among vegans and people who want to start eating more healthy. See how that didn't have anything to do with like monetization? But if I didn't know how to design a website, I'd be looking for someone to design it for me and I would have been willing to pay them. If you are looking to increase your skill level, you want to go to Udemy and just type in website designing. From there, you're going to find some free and paid courses that will teach you how to design websites. Another way you can do this is to pick a certain website provider and just master the art of designing websites with them. For instance, you could design a website with Wix for free. Just get real comfortable with designing websites on Wix and then just do it for someone else. This is something that I personally scale back on massively because I've had to focus my energy on other areas, but I tend to charge between $300 to $500 per website. Keep in mind that I've been designing websites for a while though, so I do have a skill level. If you're looking for somewhere to get your first clients, you want to go to Fiverr or Upwork. That's the place where a lot of people need websites and you can find clients without necessarily going to hunt them down, if that makes any sense. Now, since that side hustle was kind of related to Spider-Man, we might as well keep that theme going. So in Spider-Man 2, what kind of job did Parker have for a little while? I do mean a little while, like he lost it within the first 10 minutes. Well, he was delivering pizzas or delivering food, and that option is now readily available to anyone who wants to do so in a convenient manner. The way this works is we have DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats, Grubhub out here, and all you gotta do is sign up, have a car or a bike or scooter. I have a friend who actually is doing this on a bike and making around $20 per hour. I'll link to his video in the description. Pretty interesting. But at the very minimum, have a car or bike or a scooter, and then you're good to go. You can start making between $11 and $20 per hour, and in that industry, the more skills you have, the higher your income tends to rise. Now, I'm not going to go heavy into the details of that in this video because I have a whole channel dedicated towards how to master the art of making money when it comes to the gig economy. And I talk a lot about the food apps, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates. So I'm going to link to that in the description, or you can click the card in the right-hand corner right now if you want to know more about the food delivery. But I don't see that industry going anywhere anytime soon. Anytime I get bored and go out and do it, you can easily make around $20 per hour nowadays because people are stuck at home during this pandemic and they still want them McDonald's and Popeyes and all that stuff. And since there are fewer drivers out there because most people are staying at home too, demand just keeps increasing. The third hustle is similar to food delivery, but it does go in its own category in my opinion, and that's grocery delivery. So you have apps like Instacart and Shipt that you can use to deliver groceries to people at their home. Now, the payment ranges for here between $13 to like $26 per hour. I know you think that's a huge range. Normally it was like between $13 and $20, but once again, pandemic has kind of inflated how much you can make because people really appreciate you bringing their groceries to them. So the tips are a lot higher. Now, I don't profess to be a Instacart expert, but I do know some people that do it, and this is what they tell me. And if you want to know more about Instacart, you want to check out my friend Katie's videos on the rideshare guy. She is the Instacart expert, and she's got that stuff nailed down to a T. So you want some advice on that? Check her videos out. The fourth side hustle that you can consider starting is a YouTube account. So if you got a passion, and usually you want to make sure that passion is one of these three: something that's involved in finances, in health and wellness, or in relationships. Or, you know what, I'm gonna add a fourth category: tech. So those are the surging categories on YouTube, and those are also the evergreen. Like, people are gonna always need information on those. So if you have a passion in one of those, pick one, start making videos, own your craft, get comfortable talking on camera, and up your video editing skills, and you can start making money off of YouTube. Of course, that's just the YouTube ad revenue, but there are several other ways to make money too. If you have a business like myself, you can promote your products in your videos, in addition to getting various sponsorships. And if you have a blog, they can kind of piggyback off of each other. So I haven't talked about a blog. We're going to get to that in a minute, but that's another side hustle or hustle that you can use to make money. And if you have a YouTube account, they kind of work hand in hand with each other. If you are considering starting a YouTube account and you want more YouTube content to show how to do that, you can let me know in the comments. But just for the moment, because I don't want to keep y'all hanging, I recommend you check out Roberto Blake on YouTube. When I was really owning my craft and I wanted to start making better videos, I started watching his content, and it really took my videos to the next level. So I recommend that you check him out. The fifth hustle that you can use to make money is the skill set of writing, and that skill set is very malleable. I've talked about on the channel a few times about my book, The Anatomy of Financial Success, and that the way I have that set up brings me passive income. But the most valuable way that people want to use this writing skill is freelancing. So there are several publications that need people to write articles, and they're willing to pay you to be a contributor. The way you hop in the writing game is pretty similar to YouTube. Pick a niche, so it's relationships, tech, health and wellness, or finance. And once you pick that niche, you go ahead and start looking up publications in that niche, and then you just put your bid in. Email them letting you know that you're willing to submit some writing to them for free, and it helps if you have some kind of a portfolio. So starting a blog around your passion is a great way in, because they can look at your past material, see how it's doing, then they may be willing to give you a chance. Once you get your foot in the door, you can begin making money. Now, payment for freelance writers ranges, once again, based on your, I won't even say skill set, it's more based on your reputation. The longer you're in the industry, the more money you make. It can range from like $50 to $500, and sometimes even more, depending on your reputation in the industry. And the industry itself also matters too. So if you're writing articles about the stock market, those are going to be a lot more valuable than writing articles about some mundane thing. So that's something to keep in mind. The sixth type of hustle you could use to make some money comes in the forms of what I'm doing now, making videos. Now, this is different from YouTube because the skill set of making videos doesn't have to just be YouTube. I'm sure at some point or another, as you're reading an article, you scroll down and you see videos breaking down that article, or a video that's talking about something else. Well, guess what? Those people aren't doing that for free. They're getting paid. And if you have a good on-camera presence, if you're very entertaining, or if you're very intellectual, you can break down things, or you're good at tutorials, then this is a great way of making money for you. Now, in terms of payment, this hustle is probably the biggest range you'll experience. Like, how much you can get paid for these videos can range from $100 to like $1,000. It really depends on a lot of factors, but just to bring it on home, let's take a tangible example that applies to me. So as you see on the screen, you're looking at the Rideshare Guy channel, and you see several videos that I've contributed to his channel. Well, obviously I didn't do those for free. I got paid a fee for that, but I charged my rate. And while I can't disclose how much I made per video because of NDAs, I can tell you that I made over $3,500 alone just off of those videos. And that's just one example. If you have the skill set of making videos, don't underestimate it. And a lot of these publications that we talked about in terms of the writing side hustle, they would love for those articles to have videos attached to it. So just use the same approach. Reach out to them and say, hey, I'd be willing to make a video on this article, and see what they say. Just like writing, it will help if they have some tangible examples in the public eye that they can refer to see if you would be a good fit for them. For instance, I didn't just start making videos for the Rideshare Guy just because I knew how to make videos. I used my App Lifestyle channel as a bargaining chip so you could see exactly how I make videos and the fact that I can make them. So he looked at my channel and said, oh, these are some pretty good videos. I wouldn't mind having you make videos for us. So if you want to get some experience under your belt and you want to leverage it the same way I did, I recommend you actually just start a YouTube channel. And maybe you're not even looking to make money off of YouTube, but you just want to have that archive that people can refer back to see that you know how to make videos. Then you can monetize it in the form of making videos for publications. The seventh hustle you can use to make money is being a social media manager. So if you love social media, you spend a lot of time on it, and this does include YouTube, why not start to get paid for it? I mean, many companies are willing to pay top dollars just to have someone manage their social media posts because they know it's important, but they don't want to do it themselves. Being a social media manager for a client myself, I could say that there's a lot of opportunity in that industry. And I'm just part-time. I usually make between $1,500 and $2,500. And keep in mind, I'm not even full-time. So first thing you need to do is write down the social medias you have expertise in that you're very good at and start putting together like a mini resume. So you have YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, there's Twitter. There's so many social medias nowadays. The opportunity for this just keeps growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Just like the hustles listed before, a good place to start is Fiverr or Upwork. Get some experience to get paid in the process, but I will admit that the bigger, more money-making opportunities will come outside those platforms, but that could be a good way to get your foot in the door and also build up some solid credibility. From there, maybe you can start reaching out to companies directly and offering your services. The eighth hustle we're going to talk about is video editing. So if you have a computer or a MacBook, you're basically sitting on another way you can use to make money. Video editing is so undervalued by a lot of people that actually have the ability to do it. I mean, companies are willing to pay a lot of money for you to edit their videos, and even just content creators on YouTube are willing to pay money for this. Oftentimes, they may just want to shoot the video like I'm doing right now, but they have better things to do than actually edit it. So they'll give you the instructions on how to do it, you do it, and you get paid. Simple as that. I tend to make $20 per hour or $200 to $300 per video that I'm editing if I'm doing per project. And this is something I'm actually scaling back on because my energy has been put in other places, mainly financial anatomy. So I'm not even maximizing the potential of this video editing. Now you might be thinking, Elijah, I don't know how to edit videos. What am I supposed to do? Well, guess what? Pick one of the various free editing softwares and download it to your computer. From there, go to Udemy and type in such and such course or such and such video editing. Then it's gonna pop up. I'll give you a good example. If you have a MacBook and you have iMovie, which you should have on there because it's free, and even if it didn't come with a computer, you can just download it for free off of Apple's website. Then you type in iMovie course, iMovie video editing. See, it pops up. You're gonna bump into some courses that you can use to learn how to edit things in iMovie. And if you don't want to pay for a course, we're on YouTube. Just type in iMovie tutorial and then see what pops up. In fact, I'll save you some time because I've done an iMovie tutorial showing you how to make videos. So just click in the card in the top right hand corner and you can check that video out. But let's say if you don't have a MacBook, whatever software you decide to use, just type it in on YouTube, and people have full just tutorials and courses on how to use that software. Once you got the ropes, then you can get on Fiverr or Upwork and start reaching out to people and making money with those video editing skills. Just like all the other ones, once you build your resume up, feel free to reach out to companies directly and negotiate something in terms of payment. The ninth hustle you can use to make some money in 2021 is your vocal cords. Another way of saying that is voice acting. So as you can see on Fiverr, this is a very, very, very monetizable skill. Payment range, you're looking at these projects, I mean, these are ranging from like $1,000 to like $3,000. And these are just for audiobooks. You could do a smaller task like recording podcast intros, stuff like that, and you'll make less money, but they also take less time. So if you have a very nice sounding voice and you kind of have like a anime character in you, if you will, then feel free to start looking at making money with your voice. And even if you don't have that anime character in you, a lot of people just need their audiobooks narrated, or they need a professional, confident voice to come on the microphone and say something. Another pro to this hustle is it's very malleable. I don't do the freelance voice acting stuff, but what I do is I narrate my own audiobooks with my voice since I have a very pleasant sounding voice. Those audiobooks are then uploaded to Amazon's Audible, iTunes, Google Play, etc., and then I make book royalties off of them. Let's go to Amazon to check it out right now. Have you ever felt pressure doing one thing financially and felt great doing something else? Are there particular dynamics of finances that are just second nature to you or just come easy to you? On the flip side, are some things just hard? We all have strengths and weaknesses when it comes to money. Yes, our weaknesses can be improved on. And while we're on the topic of Amazon, you can go to acx.com and sign up to be a voice acting freelancer on the ACX platform. That means that you can start applying for contracts to do people's audiobooks on there. So that's just another avenue that you can use, in addition to places like Fiverr and Upwork. And capping it off, probably the most stereotypical hustle we have is gonna be the virtual assistant. So virtual assistants tend to make between $15 to $25 per hour. And what a virtual assistant is literally an assistant that you're gonna be to someone virtually. Okay, let's get more detailed than that. So many companies have like various miscellaneous tasks that they need done throughout the day, and they don't have time to do it, so they'll assign it to a virtual assistant. Some of these will be reoccurring, like updating spreadsheets or even posting on social media, and other things will be more spontaneous, like, hey, can you make this real quick, or can you send this to this person? It'll be more borderline managerial. So if you're good with, I'll say, technology, and you like working online or doing things online, and you're kind of a jack of all trades, not like specializing in anything, but you have a very good general grasp of things online, then a virtual assistant could be good for you. And if you do have that generalized perception, a lot of companies will work with you to bring you up to speed on everything. The reason I say that is because they want a generalist. They don't want someone that specializes in a particular thing, because that means you're not going to know anything about other things. They'd rather you know just a little bit about everything, that they can bring you up to speed on everything gradually, as opposed to you are an expert at updating spreadsheets, but you don't know anything else. They'd rather work with a generalist. Just like before, Fiverr and Upwork are going to be your friends in terms of finding clients. And there we have it. We have 10, I'm just going to call them hustles, 10 hustles that you can use to make some extra money or just make your money in 2021. That does it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And be sure to give this video a like. It's very much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new and hit that bell icon so you can find out when we drop another video. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to get out there and take control of your financial destiny.